just diving right in, I love creative people. I think being inspired is a beautiful thing, and a lot of time I find myself being inspired by obviously like the media that we consume and the songs I listen to, the artists I like, but also a lot of times like my friends, seeing them be creative in different aspects. Even friends of friends, there's something really, really cool about that. People on Instagram and people on YouTube, on TikTok, like there's this guy, he does all types of social media. Pretty sure his name is Kaimon. It's like Kaimon or Kaiman or something. There's this other guy, I found him on my For You page because he made a song about like, I think it's called like Mini Skirt or something, and I'm ready for the song to release. Like it sounds pretty good. On YouTube, there's so many people that I'll just watch. One of my favorites, even if I don't like watch her, I'll like re-find her page and I'll watch her like anytime, Tony Smith. There's also this girl, she does style breakdowns, then like analysis, and basically just whatever she wants. And I think I love that almost as much as I love her videos. Her name is Jada. She did The Day the World Turned Their Backs on Carrie Bradshaw, and it's just like naming and stuff like that, that's so cute to me. Okay, but hi, if you're new, I've never seen me before, my name is Ev, and today it's gonna be talking about why I love creative people. Honestly, the way I got to this topic, something I thought about, and I started writing about it in my notes, and I was like, I could make a YouTube video out of this because I enjoy making videos. I enjoy the process and like editing and everything. Because if you didn't know, I'm a veteran. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Check the about me on this page. I'm pretty sure it says 2014. Okay, if I'm down here, I'm just looking for different makeup. My first talking point is how people nowadays just hate fun. They hate to see people have fun. They hate to see people express themselves in the ways that they want to express themselves. I feel like sometimes when people don't like the way that somebody's expressing themselves, it's because they're able to express themselves in like the fullest way, whereas they're not. Kind of like how a lot of time like homophobia is not even always out of like, oh, I like just genuinely hate gay people. It's like y'all are able to be yourself, and that's not something I can resonate with. But that could be a whole nother video topic. Also, I'm getting ready, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to dinner with my friends, but I figured I should have something to do while I was doing this video. So an example that I have of people just like genuinely just kind of hating fun, like hate that other people are having fun and expressing themselves, is Aaliyah's Interlude on TikTok. If you don't know who Aaliyah's Interlude is, Google her. No, but she's most known for going viral on TikTok because of her like fashion choices and her style, and you know, the aesthetic that she named after herself, Aaliyah Core. But one of the prime examples of people hating on her for having fun is, I remember she wore moon boots, I think, to the beach or like on a vacation or something like that. You know, everybody was talking about her, you know, how they get on Twitter, they were talking about her so bad. But then when like the white girls, I think it was Kendall Jenner, she was wearing snow boots and a bikini in the snow, everybody's like, oh my god. And it's just like, y'all hated that this girl was like doing her so bad, like she was just having fun being herself. Y'all aren't keeping the same energy, and obviously part of that has to do with her being a dark-skinned black woman. Like, but on top of that, people just hate to see people trying different things or like doing new things or being different. Something else, I didn't write it down, but I just remembered it just now. When Denzel Dion first came out with his fashion brand Noid, he did a drop, and it was like neutral color palettes, and like it was like a cargo jean skirt and like tighter fitting tops that were also like neutral color. I can't remember specifically, but if I do, I'll put a picture on the screen. And you know, of course, I guess at the time that wasn't really the vibe, that wasn't the aesthetic, and so people just weren't going for that. They were clowning him, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure it's still sold out, but like still, like they were like making fun of him just for that to, you know, start trending like years later, which kind of sticks out to me because I noticed a lot of times people don't dress or like certain things until it's like trendy. You're not dressing for yourself, you're dressing for whatever era, whatever cycles of fashion are happening at the moment. And that's just so interesting to me. Also, something I've learned recently is that a lot of times you can appreciate something or appreciate like an art form or like fashion, music, whatever, without necessarily liking it. That happened to me recently. There's two instances and they kind of happened at the same time. There's this fashion creator on TikTok, Instagram. Her handle is LOL Fashion Dump, and I love her content because, which I realized later on, I loved her content because it was unique to her, and you could tell that what she was doing was her own. It was her own thing. And, you know, she didn't really care that it wasn't conventional to everybody because it's what she liked to do. It was what she liked to wear. But before I came to that realization, I was showing my friends. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cool. I love her outfits, blah, 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 blah. None of my friends agreed with me, and they all thought that her outfits were too much and whatever. I was like, bro, y'all are hating. I asked a different group of friends. They're saying the same thing. And then one of my friends asked me, or would you wear that? And I was like, I never said I was gonna wear that or I wanted to dress like that, but I just think she's like cool. I like her outfits. And that's when I realized I resonate with her, you know, her type of content, her style, because she's different and she doesn't care, and that's how she lives her life. If you've never seen her before, I definitely recommend you go watch one of her videos. It's just, there's something about it that's just like so cool to me, just because like it's just like weird and it's different. Like at the end of her video, she says peace, love, chicken grease. Like she does like these crazy junk nails where she literally just thinks about whatever she wants, whatever types of design she wants on her nails, and she makes it. And like she's just like that in like multiple facets of her life. I think because that's a type of creativity or a level of creativity that I like strive or want to be at, that's why I resonate with her video so much and just like her content overall. There's just something so cool about stuff being authentic and personal to you. And then you can also a lot of times tell when something is coming from a real genuine place of like, oh, I actually like this, and when it's not, when it's coming out of a place like, for example, in like music, you can tell who's making songs because they like making music and they've been writing music, or like even if they haven't been writing music their whole life, they just really enjoy making music. And you can tell who's doing it for like a cash grab. Something that I realized in high school was that collaboration in art is so important. So I went to a performing arts high school all 4 years, and I went there for vocal performance. So I was singing every day, and a lot of times we were singing songs or like arias or something like that. We had pianists. They taught us that collaboration between you and your pianist is so important. It wasn't up until the very end that I realized how true that is. If I'm singing and I'm practicing with my pianist, say we only get to practice 5 times before I have to perform, they're able to tell me like, hey, last time, right, we were right here, you messed this up, you worked on this, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. And yeah, stuff like that's just so important. Collaboration. I don't know, I just want to throw that in there. Another talking point that I had is multidisciplinary artist. I love people who are able to, kind of like I said earlier, be creative in multiple different facets of their life, and like just have like different art forms that they enjoy and they love. One person, for example, for me at least, is Solange. Her appreciation and love for architecture that's shown in like the visual aspects of her music videos, also the actual music, obviously. The more and more I look, it's just like the more cool stuff that Solange is doing. I was even watching a video a few days ago, and this girl, she was just talking about Solange. I was like, oh, let me tune in, let me watch. And she was talking about how Solange had like a hand-blown like glassware or something. I don't know if glassware is the right word, but you get the point. It's just like stuff like that is so cool, and that's a type of person I aspire to be when I get older. Like I want to be the Solange or the Tracy Ellis Ross type of person. I also think I love like multidisciplinary artists and just like people who are able to be creative in different ways, because I've never been like a one-trick pony or like I want to do one thing. Like I've always, my whole life, I wanted to do everything. A lot of times when I was younger, I'd be watching a TV show or I'd be watching a movie and I didn't like how it ended. And so instead of imagining, you know, these different endings, I started writing stuff. Like I started writing stories, I started writing scripts, I was writing music. And then all my life before high school, I did theater, I was acting. When I was younger, and even a lot of times now, I want to dance. I'm not the most coordinated person, and the execution may not always be there, but when it comes to like a dance call or something, or even if you just like give me a dance to learn, I can learn it. I'll know what to do, and I can try to be in sync with everybody else. Might not look as clean as, you know, the girls who've been dancing since they were children. Performing and being creative is something that's always I've always been drawn to. Okay, another one of my talking points is that I believe in slow burn success. A lot in my life, but especially more recently, I've had to learn that being patient is like the key to a lot of stuff. And things tend to pay off more when you wait rather than when, you know, they're rushed. And I feel like the same thing can be said for like artists. I won't speak, you know, bad on anybody, but when I talk about slow burn success, I think about people like Doechii, obviously right now, Doja Cat and SZA, and Victoria Monet. Like the first time I ever heard about Victoria Monet was when her and Ariana Grande did Monopoly. I remember even watching the Genius interview. I was like, this is Ariana's song, why is Victoria, you know, doing the Genius interview? It's crazy what a little bit of Googling would do for you, because I found out that she was writing a whole bunch of Ariana's music before, you know, her solo career. And like Doja Cat, my first ever like knowledge of Doja Cat was me watching kids react, and they're reacting to this girl in front of a green screen saying, bitch, I'm a cow. Like, I just realized I put powder on already. Okay. Like obviously Doechii, like my first like ever knowledge of Doechii was like it was either during COVID or like coming straight out of COVID. So like 8th grade, 9th grade for me. It was like I was hearing Yucky Blucky Fruitcake and Spooky Coochie on TikTok. Like, okay, yes. And then what was the next one? I think I'd watched the Yucky Blucky Fruitcake video on YouTube. And then I heard Persuasive. I was like, oh, okay, I'm here. To see like the progression of that, kind of like, it's like she's always been there, but she's been working. But like in the work that she's been doing, she's been getting better and better and better. Oh my gosh, another artist is Raven Lenae. I always say Raven Leanne. It's Raven Lenae. Raven Lenae, the woman you are. She's someone who I more recently got into, probably within the past like 1 or 2 years. But I've been watching Insecure like probably over the past like I'd say like since December, it's April, so like 5 months. I'm trying to watch it slow. It's a really good show. But I would hear her music in the show and I was like, this show came out a while ago. Whenever I would hear one of her songs, I would just look at the date and see when it was released. These songs are not brand new. Like these are like older songs. That's one thing about social media. It can propel or like reignite somebody's career. Like what's that song by Kate Bush from Stranger Things? Like that would have never been trending again if like TikTok didn't get a hold of it, I guess. But yeah, that's all I have to say for like slow burn success. Another thing I want to say was that engaging with like creative energy or like creative people or creative media, just anything creative basically, has allowed me to like rediscover my own creative drive. I kind of had to think back, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, but me like always wanting to do multiple different things. When I was a kid, I did not put any sort of limit on myself. I've only like more recently, probably since like high school age, you know, put those limitations on myself. Kind of just with jotting down points for this video, and then also, like I said, like engaging with like creative people, creative media, XYZ. It's kind of allowed me to like rediscover that I actually like and enjoy doing these things, and I'm actually going to keep doing them. I'm gonna stop limiting myself. Okay, and before I wrap this up and go to dinner with my friend, I just wanted to say some of the people who are inspiring me a lot, like right now, like in this current era that I'm in, I would say. So earlier, like we said, Doechii, like many other people, could get an entire video on their own. I love Doechii so much. Solange, one of those people I could talk about for a while. Twigs, FK Twigs. I went through a phase recently where I was watching like music videos because I feel like people don't watch music videos enough anymore. And it was kind of my introduction to her music, other than what's it called, that one part of Cellophane that was viral on TikTok. I haven't listened to so much of her music, but the production behind the videos, it's like you can tell that she's like real about it. Like you can tell that it's each song that she makes means something to her, and it makes sense to her, and that's all that really matters. Some more people I said earlier, but LOL Fashion Dump and Aaliyah's Interlude, obviously. I don't know what I'm doing with my lips right now. Hold on. If my lips look crazy, just bear with me. As far as music producers go, and I think it's specifically because I've been dabbling on BandLab and GarageBand here and there. But right now, I'm really obsessed with Kaytranada and Pharrell. Pharrell because he's creative in so many different facets, not just music. And Kaytranada because, first of all, I don't get tired of Kaytranada's music ever. But it's like, also you're able to make music that easily recognizable. It's kind of crazy. And like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like the songs sound similar, yes, but like you can tell it's a different song. Like, I don't know, it's just a vibe that he brings to his music that I really appreciate. And there's the collaboration aspect. He's collaborating with different artists. Beyonce, nothing further. Again, Beyonce is one of those people who I could make a whole video about. Another person, JT, she's just very unapologetic. I think she's very different in terms of like her style. She will dress different and she doesn't care. And like a lot of the rap girls, they dress the same kind of, not in like a bad way, but I set herself apart in that way. And I think of her like, I kind of think of her as a different aesthetic. Not even just the rap girls, but just like rappers in general. Like not even just like rappers, like people dress the same. It's refreshing to see somebody like dressing differently. Okay, if that last part cut off weird, I'm running out of storage, so I'm gonna speed run these last few people. Okay, Doja Cat, I talked about her earlier. SZA, Erykah Badu. Right now it's Destin Conrad. Today I'm filming this. Destin Conrad's album releases in 8 days. I'm so ready. Okay, so I did film this 10 days ago, but Love on Digital is out now, and Destin Conrad liked my story on Instagram. So yes, Destin Conrad, I love him. I just love to see black gay people, especially black gay men, just like being successful and like doing what they like to do in like a film and TV, like that type of entertainment sense. Right now I really love Quinta Brunson and Issa Rae. I'm watching Abbott Elementary and Insecure. There's something really cool about how they both started like on the internet, on social media, grew their careers kind of from the ground up. Something really amazing about that. Love them. Anthony Boomba, I love her so much. I think she's so funny. She does so many different things, and I don't know, just like her aesthetic, but also she's very good with like articulation, and I think that's something that I admire. A lot of these people I just admire, and I might not have broken down the reasons for each person, but just know Anthony Boomba, my queen. Love Keke Palmer. The longevity of her career is actually insane, needs to be studied. Like, I've always known who Keke Palmer was. For me, it was like the black girls that are doing it, especially like on TV and like film and stuff, Keke Palmer and Coco Jones. Oh my god, speaking of Coco Jones, she came to my school for homecoming. Right. After Keke Palmer is Ricky Thompson and Denzel Dion. I like them both for different reasons, but again, I just like to see black gay men being successful and thriving in different ways. So love them. I could make a whole nother video on them. I think I said it earlier, Kaiman on TikTok and YouTube. Love him. Again, black gay men being successful. And Jada on YouTube, I love her so much. That's my whole list. Okay, so my phone storage did run out, but I'd like to film this video. If you liked it, like the video, maybe. But no, I definitely will be making more. If you agreed or if you disagreed on something, let me know in the comments. Keep it cute though. Keep it cute. And yeah, that's all I have to say. All right, bye girl.